It's probably so boring forgetting he's probably gonna have to start a new brand of cornflakes or something just to keep the interest going. Yeah, down here, yep, there it is. That fence wasn't there, I don't think, when I was coming down. Either I came into it from a different angle. As you can see, there's sort of stuff that comes back, and you'll see all that sort of green life come back. Okay, how do I get, and all that stuff there, that is dormant at the moment. When that comes back, it's I think it is Bowmere, isn't it? Well, that all comes back, and then there'll be you know, Wittigreis and things. Oh, okay, there. I'll put the camera down because that's probably the best way to get over this fence. And what with all my if I just had my shorts on, it wouldn't be so bad, but that's better. Now, if I can skillfully bring the camera through the fence. Sorry, that was a bit shaky for you, but I do try, and it gets quite interesting down there too. But I just thought you'd like to see it in the dormant state, you know. Animal droppings, you know, got the works for you here. And it's probably quite interesting to come out here for nocturnal stuff as well. But you know, all this stuff here, that comes back once the rain comes, you know. And you have the old prey valley here and there, you have the Wittigreis, and you know, we take a bit of a wander off the track past the calitris. You probably haven't seen a close-up of the calitris, have you? Well, there you go. Maybe walk between them. Ah, kangaroo. You can hear it bounding off. Oh, and so Gideon's a bit bored with kangaroos now. And I think that's a hakea. But no, don't quote me on these things. I'm not that sort of. I'm not an expert in. I don't have the memory for it, you see. In a way, you know, why have the memory? Oh, well, that is. You should see that in 3D. That looks amazing. The way all that stuff is. You can understand how Dross or Gigantea, in the way it positions itself in the ground, how you could actually stub your toe. Ah, there's a bit of a pan over here. That's always a good sign. With a and a bit of a trail too. So, as I said, it will take note of all this. And you can always refer back to these clips once the season starts, and you can see how everything changes, because I'll take you down the same spot, exactly the same spot, and you can I'll take screenshots out of all this. I'll pause the camera here and we'll take a number of screenshots out of the place, and you'll see how the vegetation changes, or actually comes through and gets going. And don't worry, fellas, I've from my experience in WA, it's like having your own internal GPS sort of thing, a compass, you know. It's very hard to, my brain is automatically, you know, navigating and taking note of all this stuff without me really realising, you know. It took a number of years to develop the skill, but you know, it's like riding a bike. Once you've got it, you may get rusty, but it comes back fairly quickly. I've only ever had one experience where I was out with Donnie when I almost lost it, but I didn't lose it, but I almost felt like I was going to. I thought, oh, have I lost my sense of direction? So I think it was just a loss of confidence, actually. That was more than anything. But yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, I'll have a little bit. You see, this goes down and down and down, and it'd probably be better to explore it more thoroughly later on in the season. once you see all this change, and as we go, you know, further and further, as I say, it'll take about 2 months to, you know, get going. So you know that, you know, so for May, June, July, and then we go from August into, you know, late August into September. It really, you know, there's that crossover point as we start to go back, flip out of the season sort of thing. That's when it gets to, almost gets to its peak, you know. And then it starts to go back the other way, and it's, you know, it's heading back to, you know, on its way back to this sort of stuff, you know. And you're waiting for the first, you know, 3 or 4 days where the soil dries out and everything, and all the bulbous, cormous and tuberous plants go into dormancy, and then you go through the dry, or the so-called summer period. And hopefully, if we have a flip year this year, they won't be so long, and the wet will be longer, and we'll have heavier downpours for about 10, maybe 15 years now, because we might flip, because we've had an extended, like, 15-year drought. We might actually have an extended La Nina, you know, like 15 years of, you know, wetter than usual years, with much wetter ones in the middle. Sorry, I got stuck on something there. So you're back out here. And see all that there, that black stuff there, looks like black. That'll go that really dark green. Well, don't quote me on it, but I reckon it will. So, I thought, well, there might be Scirpus or something. Is that the right? Anyway, back out, I think, and that'll be the end of this clip. And I don't know, is it 15 minutes long? The card should be running out fairly soon. Or is it just the third clip? Oh, another one. Kangaroo.